Hi, happy Monday. It's cold and rainy, and she wants to go outside, except every time I open the door, she remembers, oh yeah, it's cold and rainy. Okay, maybe she's gonna stay this time. She usually turns around and comes right back in because she doesn't like it when it's cold and rainy. You staying? At least it has stopped raining, because the last time she wanted out and I opened the door, it was raining. I mean, right now it's just barely sprinkles, but anyway, it's a lovely day. But tomorrow's going to be in the 70s, so I couldn't be happier about that. I'm fixing my lunch right now, and yeah, and then I'll be back later, okay? Okay. Hi. I just want y'all to know how hard it is to work when you have a Penny dog who wants to be held, okay? So it's real good that she's good at sitting up by herself mostly. So I just wrap that arm around her, and then I have to back up so I can see what I'm typing. And there's an email sent. See there? And then I just go back to patting on my girl here. She has had a treat. She has had breakfast. She has been walked. And now she just needs a little mama time. But as much as I love her, this is why I enjoy going to the office, because it makes it so difficult to work when you're trying to, you know, type and do things and you have a dog sitting up in your face. Isn't that right? Yeah. Tell you, it just makes it a little difficult to work and walk. But, yeah, we're good. I mean, she's the size of me, but that's fine. She's a big Shih Tzu, in case you can't tell. She's 20 pounds. She's 20 pounds of fury. Ain't you, baby? Sam, 20 pounds of fury. Also, I don't know if you hear the cat meowing in the background, but I don't know what she wants either, because she's been fed and she's had treats, and she's gone to the door twice to go out, but it's raining and cold, so she doesn't really want to go out. Isn't that right? Yeah, so Penny just wants to sit straight up in my lap. She won't lay down in my lap. I mean, I don't have much of a lap, but she won't lay down anyway, so I need you to get down so I can work, okay? Also, I follow this doctor on YouTube. I believe he's a chiropractor, but his name's Dr. Eric Berg. And y'all remember, was it last month or so, we discussed the exercises to get rid of the waddle. And he had 4 exercises on there. It's Dr. Eric, E-R-I-C-B-E-R-G, B-E-R-G, Berg. And they had 4 exercises. And a lot of them are just stretching the neck out, right? So he also mentioned the one that I showed y'all where you have to, you know, do like that. Because you need to stretch that out. He said because we don't really use those muscles, right? And so you have to do the exercises to use the muscles in your chin. And also, it doesn't help that we spend our lives looking down at, you know, keyboards and phones and things like that. So you just have to start looking up. It's like an epiphany. We always have to be looking up to Jesus, right? So, to fix your chin waddle and for everyday life, we just have to look up. Look up to Jesus. I just changed the words in that song. I know it's stand up, okay? Also, I did think of another Mark story. He was sitting up at the desk. Okay, so there are a couple of components to a desk, right? You have your desk, and then you have this side thing, and it's called a credenza, okay? Not all desks have credenzas, but the sergeant's desk had it wasn't really a credenza per se, not like you're thinking fancy, but it was like pieces of, it was like a a cubicle. It was like a cubicle without the walls coming up. The walls were all desk height because the sergeant had to be seen from the window, right? So he had his little desk area here, where he had his little computer and his printer, but then you turn around and there was another one back here, which we would call a credenza. And he turned around and someone asked him where something is, and he said it's back there on that cordoza. And I believe it was Mitzi said, the what? And he said, that cordoza, isn't that called a cordoza? No, it's not. It's called a credenza, but thank you. Thank you for the laugh, because Lord knows I mispronounce enough. So I'm just glad that other people do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So do your chin exercises, okay? And I'm going to go see what the cat wants, because she's already been fed. Hold on. I saw a video today where a police officer was, he had a female in handcuffs, right? And he's doing the cursory pat down on said female, and he takes his hand and he goes around her head. It was very obvious she had on a wig. And then he starts pulling up her wig from the back. And she's like, hey, don't take my wig off. And, well, she couldn't put her hand up because they were in cuffs, but you know what I'm saying. And he's like, oh, I won't take it off, but he pulls it up in the back, and then he starts pulling drugs out from under said wig, which, remember, we talked about this, was it last week, with the guy at the airport and his toupee and all my great hair jokes? Yeah. But this woman had on a long black blonde wig and had she had her hair in braids under the wig, but they were like cornrow type braids, and so she had the drugs in between the cornrows. So yeah, he's pulling all this stuff out. And he's like, where'd you get all this stuff? And she goes, I don't know. When the lady did my hair, she must have put it all up in there. Yes, that's probably what happened. And he was like, really? You think the hairdresser did it? And she was like, I mean, yeah, probably. And then she goes, no, man, wasn't that smart, though? Don't you think I did good? And he was like, yeah, you did really good. You gotta love it when somebody can just admit to it, But that reminded me when I worked at the jail, and they would come in, and, they would take all the stuff out of their pockets. Their wallet, their keys, their, all the things. And, is this your wallet? Yes. And you open it up, and sometimes they would say, no, that's not my wallet. But you opened it up, and it had their license in it. Your license is in this wallet. Oh, well, I mean, it's my roommate's, but I just borrowed it, and I just put my license in it. Did you now? I've never borrowed a friend's wallet before and just put my license in it. I mean, it's just something that's never happened, but usually when you kept digging through said wallet, you would find things like other people's credit cards or, those illicit drugs that we were just speaking about under the wig. And, yeah, they kept saying, but it's not my wallet. But it's got your information in it, and it was in your pocket. Just go ahead and just say it's mine, Just be the man or woman and admit that you got caught. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. It was surprising how many people came to jail with drugs on them. Yeah. Am I on the couch covered with the blanket? Yes, I am. I have been freezing today. It's one of those days that it's damp cold. It's not the temperature so much as it's just damp. And I can't stand the damp cold. That could almost sound like a cussing. A damp cold. Okay? There is a P on the end of that word. Not an N. Okay, so one children's story before you go. Phoenix came running over yesterday, and she said she had a game tucked under her arm, and it was Twister. Like Twister, but different. And she said, Miss Tracy, do you have batteries for this? And I was like, I don't know. Let's see. So I let her in the door, and we go walking in the kitchen, and I'm looking at it, and she goes, it comes with an iPad. What? She goes, yeah, it's got an iPad in there that we can use. And I guess the iPad needs batteries. iPads don't really take batteries, but okay. Okay, let's just open it and see what we got. Well, I open it, and it's like 8 bracelets that have the big, like a big medallion, for lack of a better word, that says Twister. I said, honey, there's no iPad in here. There's something to hold an iPad or a tablet, and there's all these bracelets. I said, you use one of your devices and you scan this code, and then you project it to your TV, and that's how you play the game with these bracelets. She goes, oh, there wasn't even a Twister, you know, the mat with all the colors and the circles and the things. There wasn't even one of those. It was just a bunch of bracelets with a QR code that you scan with your phone, and then it tells you what to do or something. I don't know, but I think they're going to bring it over here tonight, so that should be interesting. I'm afraid. But I didn't have to put batteries in it, so that was good. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very random. Very much my life. But anyway, remember I love you. Hold on. Remember I love you. Jesus loves you. Hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. Doodles, my noodles.